One goes now as we join our commentary team of Jim Watt and Reg Gutteridge.
Well, it's some atmosphere indeed, and Galaxy, having made 4 championship defences last year, it's really going some. And from what we can understand with the tic-tacs, he's 5-1 on, but I don't know what the round-by-round betting is. So, you know what I mean, Ari Blanca. He's got a lot to do here, isn't he, from the Philippines, in this all-southpaw battle. And the Filipino, in fact, lost his native championship, but was still regarded by the WBA as a logical contender for this one. Well, at risk of repeating myself, Jim, the weight here, Superfly, 8 stones 3 it works out with kilos, and I really don't know how Galaxy does it.
No, I don't know how he does it, Reg, and I don't know how he's done it for so long, and still has the enthusiasm to talk about beating all sorts of records. A great little fighter, and this is a typical start. I think he's just trying to intimidate Blanca here, just stand in front of him. It looks at him with disdain, if you like. There's nothing you're going to do is going to trouble me, and I'm just about ready to go to work.
Remarkable, really, that he should be boxing so soon after the car accident last December, in which, although his brother suffered more damage than he did, he must have had shock, and obviously the cuts, it must be a worry to him, the stitching. But as you say, Jim, he looks so carefree, so relaxed, and a really good banger, as they say in boxing.
Yeah, even this early, Reg, he looks so much more powerful than Blanca. I think that the lack of power is going to be a tremendous problem for Blanca to get over. I mean, they look like 2 different weights already.
Well, he doesn't want to stand on those ropes too long like that. The Filipino, like as he did there, is ridiculous. He's got nowhere to go from there, and I don't think he's clever enough to use the ropes to his advantage.
See, Galaxy is just standing over him, giving him nowhere to go. He's so experienced and he's so confident, obviously, supremely confident. A little stagger there, caught a little bit square-footed, although it's made him back off, Reg.
Oh my, what do you think of that? The crowd, well, they're hardly believing it, and I'm sure this fellow isn't, as he gets the mandatory 8 count. Now that is a turnabout, isn't it? He looks so much in control there, almost contempt, really. Now he won't have any more of that for Blanca. Now, could the Filipino be the first to dethrone a world champion in Thailand?
Yeah, suddenly Galaxy showing a little bit more respect, Reg. That looked like a gun shield going flying there.
We have noticed that in the past, that the brothers were very slow starters, but not on the deck as quickly as this. Well, I think he's rather pleased to hear that bell, shakes his head as if to say, what happened there? And the referee retrieving the Filipino's gun shield. He must have been very excited about that. Jim, let's have a look at that in replay.
Well, Galaxy was staggered by a punch, and then he started backing off it, and a glancing left hand. That was a good punch. He just glanced off it as though it was his cheekbone, but that was a good shot.
Well, coming out for the second, and a little bit too early there, the defending champion. I don't know whether the Filipino almost looked as though he followed through with the shoulder there a bit as well, Jim. It might have helped him on his way. What an exciting start this is. Well, the overpacked crowd are getting their money's worth here. And the betting, well, that's going to switch, and I don't know whether I'm being informed or not, but it's 4-1 against him winning now, Galaxy.
Well, Galaxy, he seems to have completely recovered, Reg, and I think he's maybe a little bit angry, maybe a little bit embarrassed, but taking a few chances now he wasn't taking in the first round. A little bit reckless here from Galaxy.
Well, the referee's letting him get on with it, to say the least. I mean, he was pulling on a bit as well, Jim. I suppose that's fair enough in Thailand. Nobody interferes.
Yeah, I think Galaxy's pride has been injured more than anything else in the first round there. Doesn't like being on the floor, and he's just trying to regain the initiative here.
Crowd chanting every winning punch, Jim. Or they think it's going to be a winning punch from the back of the hall. Good game guy, isn't he, the challenger, Blanca.
Galaxy getting caught by a lot of punches now, Reg. Very reckless in the second round here. This is not like him.
And the heads are banging away a bit as well. Let's hope it doesn't have to be stopped with a cut. An exciting fight like this. Those photographers, they really are perched for another knockdown, and I suppose they're hoping that it's a Filipino on the deck. It makes for better local coverage. It's almost showing where he's going to put the punch, Jim, and the Filipino's ignoring it.
Yeah, but still Blanca's the one on the defensive. He's landed some good shots, some good left hooks and some good right leads in this round, but he hasn't troubled the champion again. The champion seems to be warming to his task now.
Well, at 30 years old at this stage of the game, Galaxy's not showing his age very much. And he usually comes on strong towards the end of a fight anyway. Just listen to that crowd. I mean, I don't think you would have even beaten that in the Kelvin Hall, and it looks as though he's got a good chance of stopping the Filipino here. Really, the legs are wobbly, Jim.
Yeah, that was the best punch of the fight, left hand. A good left hand from the champion.
And the referee threw himself between them there, not that there was any sign of them fighting on, but when they heard the bell with all the din, who knows? And there's a rundown then for Galaxy. Only one loss in his career. That's tremendous stuff, that, isn't it? A fellow called Saxuri, and I wonder whatever happened to him. And that loss was way back in 1981, and then the bantamweight title of Thailand. But he KO'd Saxuri in the return fight only 6 weeks later. So there we go again then. Can they keep up for 12 rounds, Jim? It's unlikely, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, well, I don't think they'll maintain the pace of the second round for 12 rounds, Reg. I think the champion, as I say, a little bit embarrassed, and he wanted to get back into control, but he's back standing over the challenger now, just trying once again to intimidate him, block his punches, and he, without doubt, is a lot stronger than Blanca.
From a technique point of view, this is the smartest that I've seen Galaxy box in the shows that we've had on Fight Night now. He's picking punches a lot better, Jim. He normally wades in and hopes it's going to land, I should say.
Yeah, he was a little bit reckless in the second round, but I think he didn't mind taking chances just to get the initiative back again. But his defence is tightened up here. He's standing over Blanca and just controlling the action. He's having to take some counters, but there's not a great deal of power in these counters. So I think he's quite happy at this stage the way things are going.
Well, he's, as you say, standing over the opponent there. As Gary Newborn said, he's standing head and shoulders above them all. It takes a bit of doing at the light flyweight limit. Got to root for the challenger here, though, Jim. I mean, the hostile atmosphere, and what a good game challenger he is.
Yeah, and he's coping well with the pressure. He's been under constant pressure since the first bell. He's been pinned against the ropes, but he keeps firing back. He just doesn't seem to have the champion's power. And I think things are beginning to go against him now, Reg. He's finding it very difficult to cope with the strength of the champion.
Galaxy marked around the left eye there. Quite a bit of swelling. Good form line for Blanca. He drew with Orlando Bohol, who was then IBF champion. I think you may recall was beaten by Duke Mackenzie in London. No, just a push, says the referee, but he really looks weary, Jim. He's punching himself out of it. Not only is he taking the punches, Blanca, but in his attempt to fight back there, he really looks as though he's tiring.
See, he is the one under pressure. The Galaxy dictating the pace, dictating the action. He's really in charge here. His punches aren't getting home cleanly yet, but the signs are on the wall. I think once he starts getting through cleanly, then Blanca's going to be knocked out of there.
And it's a weary walk, certainly by the challenger, back to the corner. And, well, Galaxy doesn't change the expression on his face, right? And there's the referee collecting the 3 judges' scorecards. The referee doesn't vote if it does go 12. And there's the rundown then for Blanca.